All right, and welcome back to the channel, everyone. If you are a subscribed member to my channel already, I thank you for being here. And if you are a first timer that has found my channel through like a YouTube search or something like that, or a suggestion from YouTube, then I thank you for stopping by and checking out my channel. I do encourage you to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell, of course. That way, if you do want to be notified of any new content that I put out in the future, you will be alerted to that, of course. And if either you are a new current subscriber or somebody new, I do encourage you to hit that like button if you do like the content that I'm putting out. Please give me some feedback down there, and I'll see about answering that in the very near future. Also, before we get into today's content, I want to go ahead and make an apology. It seems that a couple weeks back, when I was talking in my week 2 introduction, I made a quotation that I stated was from Thomas Jefferson, and the quotation reads, "If you want something you never had, you must be willing to do something you have never done." Apparently, it has come to my attention that this is a spurious quotation from Thomas Jefferson. Apparently, he has never said this. So I want to go ahead and make that apology. But for some reason, for the last 10 years or so, people have been associating Thomas Jefferson with this quote, and yet nobody really knows where it came from. And so, of course, with that out of the way, we'll go ahead and move on here. Again, I don't know who said it. Apparently, it wasn't Thomas Jefferson. And if we ever find out who actually said it, and they get recognized for it, then that's awesome, because I think it's a very, very interesting quote. All right, so we are going to be getting into some results-based magic here today with the 70th Sigil of Power, Yabam. Okay, so give me just a moment here, and we will get back into the info about Yabam and a little bit of background, the summary, and then I'm going to lead you through the ritual process for this and get you going here for this week. And I'll be back in just one moment. All right, folks, so I just want to begin off by saying magic is a wonderful thing, all right? Magic works through change, and change is made through magically through coincidence. And for coincidence to work in your life and become aware of synchronicities that are triggered by your magic, every time you notice coincidences, you empower your magic. We're talking about Yabam here, not the bomb, Yabam. All right, the 70th Sigil of Power. It translates to stimulating coincidences. And I did mention this a little bit in the intro earlier this week. It's the 70th Sigil of Power, Yabam. Every time you use it, you open your reality to becoming more malleable so that it can take shape and become the reality that you want. In results-based magic, we will be using Yabam for this very purpose. Okay, the other need for this sigil is for you to seek to understand the patterns and decisions you've made in your life that have led you to where you are now. By using Yabam to seek to understand the significance, to see patterns in your decision making, and those patterns will often have one or more variables in common. And we also want to understand those variables and how they reveal to you why you are always quite possibly ending up in the very same situation. That could be anything, really. Of course, we talk about money and finances here a lot, but if you want to find out or get an understanding as to like why you are always ending up with the same failed type of relationship or the same type of lover who mistreats you, or you keep running into the same dead end job, or anything really, you can use a bomb for this type of situation. But again, for our purpose, we're going to be doing focusing on money and finances. Now, of course, with any of these rituals that I'm doing, if you do want to use this ritual as a basis for anything that you're looking to take care of, by all means, you can do that. All you need to do is insert your contemplation or focus your intent for your results-based magic at the appropriate point and follow the instructions throughout the video. And I will be reading the words of power for you, and all you need to do is sit back and do your thing, and I'll sit back and do my thing, and then we'll be each doing our own thing. So, with that said, so just to give you an idea or to give you a hint, obviously the one variable, the most common and obvious variable that will always be involved in all these situations is always going to be you. So the question is what will you be doing to make a change to your present situation now so that it can affect your future? Okay, so once we've worked with Yabam for a bit, we want to go back and, once we worked with Yabam for a bit to see the patterns of our past, and we're able to start to make changes in our present situation for more opportunities and synchronicities to come into our life, we want to go back and work with Yabam for a little bit in order to see those patterns and the synchronicities and the coincidences that are showing up in our life presently to help make those changes, to our current reality and even our future reality. So as we take note of those, we increase our ability and our magical ability, and we also gain greater insight in that. So with that, we're going to go over the summary for the ritual process here, the results-based ritual process, and then we're going to get into the ritual and then call it a day. All right, folks, so regarding the ritual summary here, I'm probably not going to be putting this up on the screen too much at this point anymore, just in order to kind of shorten these videos up and the editing time. I figure if you've pretty much been following my work for these last couple of weeks, you have a pretty good breakdown as far as to the steps that are necessary in both results-based magic and contemplative-based magic. And you probably have your own notes there already. Plus, since I'm already walking you through the ritual and giving you instructions throughout there as well, you shouldn't have too much of a problem from this point. But of course, just first and foremost, step one, we want to make sure we find a place that we can be undisturbed for anywhere from 10, 15, or maybe 20 minutes for this process. Make sure you're silencing your cell phones, putting a note on the door, asking your housemates not to disturb you, anything like that needs to be done. By all means, go ahead and do that. Step two, we want to notice how we feel about the situation now at this current point. Allow all of those feelings on the subject to come to the surface, and you want to make sure that the ultimate focus here is on the one part of this situation you are trying to change, okay? We want to understand that this situation is malleable and that we are looking to change that. We're looking to shape it and change it and adapt it to our present life so that we can further shape it into the future that we want for ourselves. In step 3, of course, we're going to be scanning the Hebrew letters. We're going to take those shapes into our subconscious mind. We don't need to understand them or know what they mean or anything like that. The magic is behind them, of course. Just look at them and allow them to sink into your subconscious, slowly going over the shapes and the designs. And when you're reading these and scanning these Hebrew sigils, you want to scan them from right to left. That is how Hebrew is normally read, okay? Of course, we will also be saying or thinking the divine word of power associated with the sigil here, okay? Now, you don't have to say the word of power out loud. I will be saying that for you. In addition, if you live with housemates and you don't want to draw any type of, attention to yourself, is the word I was looking for, then you can also say silently to yourself. You don't have to say it out loud. Now, in this ritual process, I will be pronouncing the divine word of power a total of 5 times throughout this ritual. Okay, again, all you need to do is follow along. Make sure that you are taking in the Hebrew letters and the sigil during this entire process. As you are scanning the Hebrew letters and saying or thinking the word of power, or as I'm saying the word of power for you, imagine what it would feel like, to have the results that you want. Okay. Now, you don't need to put a lot of stress into this as far as to how the results are going to happen or when they're going to happen. All you need to do is imagine how you would feel when it does happen. In step 4, we want to convince ourselves that the result has already happened, of course, and that the resulting outcome has come to pass and all is well. And finally, once you have achieved this feeling, you can stop the ritual. Now, after step 4, I generally allow a period of silence there for continuing meditation, somewhere between 3 to 5 minutes. Okay. If at any point at that time that you achieve your feeling there, or the feeling that you need, and you're good to go, you can stop the ritual at any point. If you feel that you need a few more minutes, then, of course, you can just let the ritual or the video run out and stop on its own, and that's totally fine as well. Make sure that in step 2, on the situation that we're looking to understand at the moment and that we're looking to change, make sure you do select that before coming into the ritual process. You don't want to be having to think about that for too long during the ritual process. Try to have that selected beforehand before starting the ritual, of course. Now, with that, folks, that's going to be the summary there for that. And I'm going to go ahead and break here for just a moment and be back, and I will be leading you through the ritual. And then bid you a good day at that point. Give me one moment. All right. And now that you've found a place for you to be performing your ritual here, and knowing that you're not going to be disturbed, go ahead, sit down and relax. Do anything you need to relax and make yourself more comfortable. Take off your shoes. Get into a nice sitting position. And take a nice deep breath. And hold it and let it out. And Another deep breath in. Hold and let it out. Just let that tension drain away. We all have that nagging tension in the base of our neck, between our shoulder blades. Just let that drain away, move down your back, and down your hips and your legs, and out through your feet. And relax. Now I want you to notice how you feel about the current situation that you're trying to change. Allow all these feelings on the subject to come to the surface and acknowledge them. I want you to focus on the one part of the situation that you are trying to change. Come to mind and think about it for just a moment as you continue to relax. Yeah, if you need just a moment longer for that, you can pause this video if you'd like. And then when you're ready to move on, just hit play again and we'll pick up where you left off. And looking at your monitor, take note of the Hebrew letters and their shapes on the screen. Look at them, absorb them into your subconscious. Scan them from right to left a couple of times. Scan them one more time, right to left, slowly. Taking in the shapes. And if you like to say the divine word of power out loud with me, that's fine. If not, I will be pronouncing it for you at this point. Just make sure you're still thinking about the situation that you're trying to change. Yabam. Continue to relax as you continue to scan the Hebrew letters. What would it feel like to have the results that you want to your situation right now? Focus your thoughts and visualize to what your life would be like if you could shape it and adapt it. Yabam. Convince yourself that this result has already happened and that the result has already come to pass, and all is well. Yabam. Be still. Be aware.